MBA salary. That is the thing on everybody's mind before pursuing MBA. You have already seen those mouth-watering figures. I am Ahmedabad, I am Kolkata. The salary figures are astonishing. Today, I am going to take you on a journey. From day zero, when I got a placement from a premier B school, to 7 years later, when I am working as a product manager in one of the leading financial product companies of the world.
इतनी हेरा फेरी, इतना मेहनत करने के बाद में मिला क्या गाय का चारा?
पहला ही चीज है which we call day zero. Day zero placement एक dream placement माना जाता है, where the biggest companies come and they offer you a placement package after a GD and PI interview. But बात है कि इंटरव्यू होता कब है? 3 से 4 महीने कॉलेज ज्वाइन करने के बाद. इन 3-4 महीनों में आपने क्या सीखा होगा? मैक्सिमम जनरल मैनेजमेंट. तो बेसिकली इन कंपनी के शॉर्टलिस्ट में आने के लिए आपका प्रोफाइल, योर प्रोफाइल शुड बी वेरी वेरी गुड. It should have some certifications, it should have some very nice academics, and only then you can even dream of getting a dream placement. मेरे साथ भी ऐसा ही हुआ था. My ACADS are pretty normal, 88, 85, 85. But I did not get any day zero shortlist for interviews. मतलब क्या कहना चाहता हूं कि the companies that come in, their HR has a control F switch in their computer by which they search terms like Olympiad, IIT, CA, CFA. और इन सर्च कैटेगरी में जो जो बंदे बंदियां पढ़ते हैं उन्हीं को वो लोग डे जीरो के लिए बुलाते हैं. बट कुछ लोग एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी होते हैं. उनका IIM ज्वाइन करने के पहले ही सैलरी 40 लाख रुपए होता है. Now, if you give them 32 lakh rupees after completing Ahmedabad graduation, that is a bad deal to take, right? For them, the placement committee takes their CV and negotiates with companies that they know can offer even higher packages. 80 lakh, 1 crore. So, the profiles that you see in the newspaper, that hey, this guy, this girl got 1 crore package. Normally, these are people who were already earning significantly before joining IIMs. That, my friends, is called A-1 placement, where the companies send directly a joining letter to people who are extraordinarily good. वो placement में बैठते भी नहीं है, day-1 jobs. अब मान ले तो डे जीरो का इंटरव्यू शॉर्टलिस्ट आपका आ गया, तब क्या? The way to scrutinize is through GDs and PIs. So firstly, 8-10 लोगों को एक रूम में ले जाते हैं और उनको कोई रैंडम टॉपिक दे देते हैं और उनको इस पे बोलना पड़ता है. When you enter this room, no one is your friend because everyone has paid a very very high college tuition fees, probably through loans. And this is their dream college. No one is your friend. आप कोई भी पॉइंट रखिएगा, कोई सामने वाला काट के निकल जाएगा. तो अगर if you are an introverted person, maybe you will not even get chance to speak. 5 मिनट में GDPI खत्म, मे बी आपने बोला भी ना हो. और ऐसा हमारे काफी दोस्तों के साथ हुआ है. So this is a nice time. If you are preparing for MBAs, start learning about current affairs, start talking to people, start reading those newspapers, and the most important of them all, network with people. Sometimes even network with seniors who from your college have gone to decent MBA colleges. What that does is that, and this is a very very political scenario, because there is a placement committee that is run by students, and then there is you. Sometimes you can also be part of the placement committee. If you know seniors who went to decent companies, you can use them to get a shortlist interview. और ये colleges में बहुत होता है. And you sometimes need to play that political game also. चलिए डे जीरो तो हो गया, आपका इंटरव्यू कॉल आया, आपका मान लीजिए नहीं हुआ, कोई बात नहीं, डे 1 की कंपनी, डे 2 की कंपनी, एंड व्हेन यू आर इन अ वेरी बिग एमबीए कॉलेज आपका प्लेसमेंट तो हो ही जाएगा. बट द बेस्ट प्लेसमेंट्स डे 0, डे 1, डे 2. That's it. That's all. That's where the dream numbers are. And there is a huge element of luck. Let's say that you have prepared for consulting. You have solved caselets. You have solved all those freakish questions. How much does a McDonald's make in a day? How many windows are there in New York? All those things you have solved. And then a company comes and it does not take you. Because probably the company had only 3 seats to fill and you were the 4th. तो बहुत लक का गेम भी है. और ऐसे करते करते आप फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए. मे बी यू ज्वाइंड अ प्रोडक्ट कंपनी. आपने पूरा सपना बना के रखा कि कंसल्टिंग ज्वाइन करेंगे, बट 1-2 में नहीं हुआ और डे 0 खत्म हो गया. डे 1 में प्रोडक्ट कंपनी आई थी एंड यू सैट फॉर दैट एंड गॉट रिक्रूटेड इन अ प्रोडक्ट कंपनी. सो इट इज अ मैटर ऑफ लक. You might prepare all day, all night for consulting, and maybe your CV is not shortlisted by any of them because the HR who is doing Control F did not find IIT or Olympiad or some random thing that they are looking for. It's totally on luck. So be flexible during those interviews, or else it is going to open a hell lot of trouble with Playcom because their task is to get everyone placed. They don't care whether your dream destination is fulfilled. Their main KPI is to get everyone placed.
इन दोनों के लफड़े पे मेरे को क्यों फंसा के रखा है? उठा ले रे बाबा, उठा ले. मेरे को नहीं रे, इन दोनों को उठा ले.
My journey. I always wanted to be a product manager. Day 0 में मुझे कुछ खास कॉल आई नहीं थी. Day 1, I was not able to clear on that day as well. I got placed in day 2 of campus. But the good thing is that I got into the company, I was also able to get a PPO, and I finally joined that company itself. Due to signing non-disclosure agreements, I cannot give you the exact numbers that I was earning, but I can give you some hints about how much I was doing. So the average placement the year I passed from SPGen was about 20 lakh rupees. That was 2016. Average placement that year in IIM Ahmedabad was 24. So I was a couple of lakh rupees shorter than the 20 lakh average that was paid. A huge portion of this, I would say about 14 to 15 lakh was fixed, 10% was variable, and another 2 lakh rupees was a joining bonus. Now, the most important thing to understand is joining bonus you get when you join the company. You don't get it in the second year. So let's say you are earning 10 lakh rupees and got 2 lakh rupees joining bonus, and at the end of the year you had 10% increment. So 10 lakh becomes 11 lakhs. But that 2 lakh is not going to be given to you another year, right? So essentially in the second year you will be earning less than the first year. And this is true for 99% of the people, because some way or the other you will either have a joining bonus or you will have ESOPs, that is shares of the company, which aren't going to be given to you every year. So these are techniques to inflate your salary, to get you to join the company, but you should be careful to read everything so that you don't make decisions based on that, like, okay, let's buy a house or something. Be cognizant, read the entire letter. The second thing is, if you are a finance person, you should be thinking about joining a finance company, not doing finance in, let's say, a marketing company. So if you are a finance person doing finance in HUL, your salary increments wouldn't be at par to the people who are doing marketing or sales, because it's a sales company. They incentivize the people in sales. Okay, so this was one of my problems as well. I was in an engineering company as a product manager. That's a technical product manager. So engineering companies favor engineers and not product managers. So basically I saw engineers getting 15-20% hike every year. I used to get only 10 or 12% at the max. Even after getting a A rating, 10 to 12, that was the maximum. So try to, most of this would be based on luck, but still try to see if you are a technical person, get placed in a technical company, marketing in marketing company, finance in finance company, and so on. Once you get into an office, into a company, what degree you have does not have any value. It is about performing. You can be of the best colleges of India or even abroad. Once you are inside the company, if you don't perform well, you would not get the correct next opportunities. You will not get the correct appraisals as well. And I had a lot of friends around me who had better degrees than I did, like better colleges, performed poorly and were not rewarded at the level that I was. So if you have any ego, just leave it at home, because your degree, once you land in a company, you would be lost in the 10-15,000 people that the company operates with. The next thing is getting placed again. So let's say you got placed in a very decent company, you work for 2 or 3 years, and then you want to switch. Now, switching when you are young and switching after an MBA, it is a little different, because you are paid very heavily. So if you are switching, I hope that you are trying to get an increment. So you are trying for even higher salary. तो कोई आपको इतना higher salary दे, तो उसके लिए आपको काफी पापड़ बेलना पड़ेगा. And the biggest papad that you have to work on is your CV and network. Because it is only the network that can get you placed for better, higher salaries. Because let's say you are working in Google and you want to go to Microsoft, you have to talk to your friends, see that the thing that you do, whether there is an opportunity there, and then are they ready to pay the hike that you are anticipating. So many factors going. After one point of time, your salary will restrict the number of companies around you, because they cannot afford it, and they can only afford it if even in that company there are 3 or 4 people who know you and who are ready to vouch for you that हाँ वो बंदी कमाल की है, उसको तो लेना ही चाहिए आपको. You have to build the network. When we are talking about switches give decent hike to your salary. Normally 20 to 30% is something that we always expect. But lot of switches also lead you to lot of trouble, because let's say in 1 year you switched, another 1 year you again switched, then the third company will think, अरे यार ये तो आ रहा है, 1 साल में छोड़ देगा. So your employability reduces. So always ensure that you keep your employability intact. Switch, but switch for a better role, switch for a decent money, or switch when there is a genuine use case, or else the path can become a little troublesome 2 or 3 years down the line.
ये क्या साला खिड़की तो खुला ही रख के गया रे, क्या गुंडा बनेगा रे तू.
Now to bring everything to closure, now comes to my personal experience in the salary world. And as I mentioned, that for the first 4 or 5 years, I was getting increments at 10%. I also got a couple of promotions, and those hikes were a little decent, about 20-25%. And after serving 5 years in a company, I then moved to my next venture. And in that, I got a very decent hike, about 30%. So if you already assumed the percentage that I was getting in my first, and you can add those numbers and understand how much I'm earning today. But the numbers are insignificant. You heard it right. Let me tell you why I think so. When I was living in a small town called Dhanbad, remember gangs of Wasipur? At that point of time, I used to take 2 rupees to buy gupchup, fuchka. And that was the best part of the day. Those 2 rupees and those 5 pieces of fuchka. But now I can buy the entire fuchka stand. How many fuchkas do you think I eat now? None. So the happiness that I used to get for 2 rupees, now even spending 2000 rupees, I might not get that level of happiness. So happiness comes when you like what you do. Even if the salary is a little bit less, then also it's fine. You should like what you do. Comparison is the thief of joy. Even if you are earning the best package there is someone who is earning more than you. Maybe he or she is even younger than you. So if you keep comparing, you will lose joy in your life. Study for MBA because you love to do the MBA and not for the salary. And if you do so, 7 years down the line, I'm sure you would be more happier than even I am today, and you will be saying this same message to a camera or to your friends near you. Jai Hind.